Okay, hi everybody, I'm Chef Mecum, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to make, decorate, and finish an 8-inch birthday cake. Fairly simple procedure. I have my mise en place prepared. I've got my buttercream icing, I have my colors, I have my pastry tips ready, my 8-inch cake, my turning table, and my knives. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove my cake from the pan. This is a pound cake. It's a perfect cake to decorate because it's just a little bit versatile. So I'm going to run my paring knife around the edge of this pan, take my 8-inch cake circle, put it over the top of this pan, and tap it out. Perfect. From that point, because I put parchment paper on my cake, I'm just going to flip it back over with the cardboard underneath. I'm going to do the same thing for the other 8-inch cake. I find it best to always start with straight cakes. Now obviously these cakes have braised in the oven, so they're not perfect. We're going to make them perfect. I'm going to use my serrated knife. I'm going to put this up on my turntable. And carefully, with the palm of my hand staying straight, I'm going to straighten this cake out. Just level it. It's a pastry chef trick. I'm going to continually turn the cake until I reach the center, putting a light pressure in. Okay. So now I have a straight cake. Okay. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do the same thing for this one. Now I'm going to just do a 2-layer cake today. If we wanted to fill this cake into 4 layers, it would be simple. We would just cut a second time and we would make a second cut here. Now, because we've got lots of crumbs, we're just going to kind of make sure we get rid of it by brushing it around. Got no crumbs there. So I've got 2 layers. First, the next thing I'm going to do is flip with my hand and just remove this parchment. Throw it away. Don't need that anymore. Okay. Now for the buttercream. I'm going to put just enough buttercream. If you wanted to use jam or mousse, this would be a good time to do any of that. Now, when you choose a cake spatula to spread your icing on a cake, rule of thumb is the length of the spatula should match the width of the cake, the diameter of the cake. So I'm going to use an 8-inch spatula to spread. You go all the way out to the edge. And again, keeping in mind that I'm going to keep this as level as I can. So we have a straight cake. Now, don't worry about any imperfections around, that's fine, we're going to take care of that. So next we're going to pick up our other 8-inch cake, flip it over, remove the parchment, and notice I'm going to put the tops together so the bottom is up. It's going to totally match. I'm going to just set my cardboard circle on top of this cake, kind of get down at eye level, because level is important. Get rid of our crumbs because we don't want crumbs in our cake. We may get a few, but that's okay. Okay, I have a stainless steel container here of hot water. It's always important to use a clean knife, okay? So as I use that, what I'm going to do is always wipe that off. So next thing is to apply the buttercream to the outside of the cake. Now, it looks like I'm definitely doing overkill. Way too much icing. It's always easier to take it off than to put more on. Okay, so again, I'm going to get my 8-inch spatula. I'm going to start working my icing to the sides of the cake, because really we're going to go to the sides by pushing it from the inside out and down the sides of the cake. I'm going to work it with my spatula. We don't have enough, we're just going to keep working it from the top. Now, I have the cakes are setting on the cardboard, and that's the guide I'm going to use to make sure that my sides stay perpendicular to the top. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the outside and just smooth that off, making sure the sides of the cake are perpendicular, holding the base of the spatula to the bottom of the cake. There's a little flexibility here, but that's okay. I'm just going to go around a couple of times. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this excess icing because it's really yucky and it's going to get in the way by pulling it across the bottom of the cake. I'm going to put downward pressure on my spatula so that I can pull that away. Dip this back in my water, wipe it off. Now, the sides look great. The next step is to smooth the top. So we're going to take it from the outside and work it in. And remember, we need to keep our spatula clean. Working on a tiered cake, this would be the same thing. You would do each tier separately, set them aside, and then start stacking them. This is just going to be, again, a simple filled 2-layer cake. Okay? If we get down and look at this, we want to get a visual. Are we level? And I see a little bit that we could fix, so I'm going to go around and pull that in, always pulling the icing in till we get a straight feel. Okay, so at this point, we have a nice 8-inch round birthday cake. Well, it's not a birthday cake yet because we're going to add a border, roses, and happy birthday. And stop.